Welcome to the Curious Adventurer Show.
I am Miss Allison, and I must have my notebook when I'm exploring.
I am Miss Amber, and when I go on an adventure, I like to bring my backpack.
I am Miss Katrina, and when I am on an adventure, I always have my map.
I'm Miss Keon, and when I explore, I always bring my magnifying glass.
And I am Miss Hillary. I don't go anywhere without my compass. As curious adventurers, together we will visit ancient East Asian civilizations, learn tricky word patterns, and follow the adventures of the Cat Bandit. We hope you come get curious with us.
Welcome, boys and girls. I'm your host, Miss Amber, and this is your teacher, Miss Keon. I hope you are excited to hear about what we will be learning in our lesson today. We are continuing to learn about ancient Asian cultures and history. Learning about different cultures helps us better understand each other. The title of our lesson today is Diwali. In social studies, standard RI.2.4 asks us how to describe and explain traditions and contributions of various cultures. Today, we will look at a holiday that is celebrated in India, both in the past and today. In today's lesson, we will learn about Diwali. You do not need to have any materials except for your brain and good listening ears.
Thank you, Miss Amber. Boys and girls, the title for our lesson today is Diwali. Are you ready to learn about the holiday Diwali? Great! I am so excited about what we will learn together. Before we get started, let's see if we can brainstorm what we know about different holidays. Behind me, I have a bubble map graphic organizer. Here in the middle, I have written the word holidays. These are bubbles on the outside where we will put different details about holidays that we know about. Miss Amber, what do you know about holidays?
Well, I know that one of my favorite things about holidays is they have delicious food.
Food. Let's place food in our first bubble. What are some of your favorite holiday foods, Miss Amber?
Well, at Thanksgiving, my family likes to eat turkey. Fried turkey if we want to get specific.
Ooh, Miss Amber, fried turkey sounds delicious. Let me add that to our chart.
Oh, and my best friend eats latkes for Hanukkah. Those are potato pancakes.
Latkes, let me add that to our chart. Those sound delicious. Those are some great examples of holiday food. My favorite holiday food is tomatoes.
Stop. Tomatoes? What holiday has tomatoes?
La Tomatina is a holiday from a town in Spain where everyone throws tomatoes at each other like a giant food fight. Isn't that great? I'm going to be sure to add that to our chart. What else do we know about holidays?
I know that some holidays have fireworks.
Ooh, fireworks. I love watching those light up the sky. Let me add that to our chart.
We love watching the fireworks displays on the 4th of July.
Yes, 4th of July is an exciting time to watch firework displays. I'm going to add that to our chart. Also, we watch fireworks displays on New Year's Eve. I will add that to our chart as well.
And I know fireworks are also a big part of Lunar New Year celebrations.
Oh, thanks for sharing. I didn't know that. I just learned something new, so I will add that to our chart. Miss Amber, I know something that some holidays have. Some holidays have parades. What if we put that in our third bubble?
That's a great idea. My family loves going to the New Orleans every year for the Mardi Gras parades.
Ooh, fun. I've never been to a Mardi Gras parade, but I heard they eat king cake at those parades. So let's add Mardi Gras to parades, and we can also add it to food because they eat king cake.
Yeah.
So we will add Mardi Gras to 2 places on our chart: food and parades.
Oh, and I know about Carnival, which is a big holiday celebration with huge parades in Brazil and Venice, Italy.
Ooh, well, we will add Carnival to our chart also. My family loves going to Jackson for the big St. Patrick's Day parade every year. It's one of my favorites. So I'm definitely adding that to our chart. And I also know that there are big parades in France every year for Bastille Day. So I will add that. Wow, what great details about holidays. Miss Amber, I have one more thing that some holidays have, which will be so important for our lesson today. Lights.
Ooh.
That's going to be our 4th bubble. Off the top of my head, I can think of several holidays where lights are important. Candles are important to Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, so I will put those up under lights. Lanterns are important to the Pingqi Lantern Festival in Taiwan. That's a new one I recently learned about. I will add that to our chart.
I've never heard of the Pingqi Lantern Festival in Taiwan. You will have to share more about that festival with me later. I do know, though, that girls wear crowns of candles for St. Lucia's Day.
Oh yes, I almost forgot about St. Lucia's Day. All the girls look so pretty with their crowns.
They sure do.
In Thailand, they have the Yi Ping Festival of Lights, so I will add that to our chart as well. We did a great job building our bubble map. By the end of today's lesson, we will have one more holiday to add to our organizer. Boys and girls, throughout today's read aloud, make sure to pay close attention listening for details about Diwali so we can add it to our chart. Before we get to our read aloud, let's build some knowledge and discuss some facts we may need to know to help us better understand the story. The first fact we need to know is, where did the holiday of Diwali originate or begin?
Great question, Miss Keon. Diwali is a holiday that comes from India. India is on the continent of Asia and is right below Russia and China.
That's exactly right. India is located on the continent of Asia and below to the left of China. You can see where India is located on my map. India is mostly where Diwali is celebrated, but Diwali is a holiday celebrated by Hindu people all over the world, not just in India. For today's lesson, we will also need to know a few words. Let's look at our vocabulary anchor chart. Our first word is archer. An archer is someone who shoots with a bow and arrow. Let's all pretend to be archers and shoot with an arrow from our imaginary bows, like this. Boys and girls at home, can you do that with me while saying the word archer? Miss Amber, let's do it together.
Yeah.
Archer. I will put this visual to help us remember what an archer is. An archer is someone who shoots with a bow and arrow.
One of my favorite fiction characters is Robin Hood. He is a well-known archer who has incredible aim.
Thank you for doing that hand motion, Miss Amber. Robin Hood is a great example of an archer. Our next vocabulary word is custom. A custom is an habitual practice or something we do over and over again. Ms. Amber, do you have any customs?
Yes, I do. It is a custom for my daughter and I to read a book before she goes to sleep every night.
What a great custom. I think for our hand motion for custom, we should roll our hands in a circle to show we are doing something over and over again, like this. Boys and girls, can you do the motion with me while saying the word custom with me? Custom. Our visual has 3 arrows that are continuous to show that a custom is something we do over and over again to remind us of what a custom is. Our next vocabulary word is something you've already heard us say. The word is Diwali. Diwali is a Hindu festival that celebrates goodness in people. A good sentence for this word would be, Aarti and her family light lamps each year on Diwali.
Miss Keon, do you think we could pretend our finger was a candle like this to help us remember that Diwali is a festival of light?
Oh, what a great idea, Miss Amber. Boys and girls, can you make that motion with us and say the word Diwali? Diwali. Our image has a hand holding a light, just like this, and like our hand motion, which reminds us that Diwali is a festival of light. Our last vocabulary word is prosperity. Prosperity means being successful or having good fortune.
Ooh, prosperity is kind of a hard word to think of emotion for. Do you think maybe we could do the sign language for the word? It looks like this.
Great idea, Miss Amber. Everyone, let's practice that together.
Prosperity.
I love using sign language. Our picture represents the sign language for prosperity to help us remember what it is. Prosperity is being successful or having good fortune.
And don't forget, boys and girls, studying hard could lead to great prosperity in school and in life.
Great job. We have learned our new vocabulary and are ready to read. Remember, boys and girls, in our read aloud today, I want you to listen carefully to find out details about the holiday Diwali. I will ask questions during the read aloud to track your understanding, so make sure you are listening carefully. Let's dive in. Miss Amber, can you tell us what this woman is holding in her hands?
It looks like she's holding a candle.
That's correct. Do you see the candle, boys and girls? This woman is a Hindu and she's holding candles for Diwali. Diwali is one of the many festivals held every year by Hindus in India and around the world. Diwali means Festival of Lights. Diwali is an important festival because of what each light symbolizes. According to an ancient Indian legend, Diwali began many, many years ago to celebrate the victory or success of a king in battle. A long time ago in India, a baby was born to the king of the holy city of Ayodhya. The baby prince was named Rama. Say that name with me. Rama. Prince Rama was intelligent and kind. An especially good archer, he grew up to be a noble warrior. An archer, remember, is a person who uses a bow and arrow. One day, Rama left his city to fight Ravana, the evil demon. He fought a long and difficult battle. Finally, after 14 years, Rama defeated Ravana and returned home to become the new king. The Prince Rama fought the evil demon Ravana for 14 years. Do you think that's a long time to fight someone? Yes, I think so too. To celebrate his return, the people of Ayodhya lit rows of small clay oil-burning lamps called diyas. They placed these lamps in their windows, by their doors, and in the rivers and streams. The light of each lamp's flame was a symbol of good returning after years of darkness or evil. Every year thereafter, Hindus in Ayodhya repeated the custom or habitual practice of lighting lamps, honoring the strength and goodness of Rama. Gradually, the custom spread to other parts of the land. Miss Amber, why do people light lamps?
People lit lamps as a symbol of good returning to the land after years of darkness.
Great job. Now that we have learned about how Diwali started, let's see if we can learn more about Diwali today. Today, Diwali is the most famous of all Indian festivals. Begun by the Hindus, Diwali is now celebrated by many Indians worldwide, not just Hindus. The timing of the festival, which is based on the cycles of the moon, falls on different days every year, but it is always in either October or November. For 5 days, people celebrate the goodness in one another. Lamps and candles illuminate windows and doorways. Walls and gateposts are strewn with tiny lights. Garlands of electric lights stretch for miles throughout the cities and the countryside. Each light stands for the good inside the person who lit it, symbolizing light over darkness, or good over evil. Boys and girls, can you tell me which months are the Diwali festival? Ms. Amber, what do you think?
Is it October and November?
That's correct. Boys and girls, if you said October and November, awesome job. All right, Ms. Amber, I'm going to ask you a question. For how many days do people celebrate the good in themselves and in others?
Let me think back. People celebrate the good in themselves and others for 5 days.
Right on, Miss Amber. They celebrate for 5 days. Lush Me. Say that name with me. Lush Me. Lush Me is the Hindu goddess of wealth and prosperity. It's also welcomed into the homes of Hindu people during Diwali. In the weeks before the festival begins, Hindu families clean their homes in anticipation of pleasing Lush Me's spirit when she visits them. They bow in front of statues to Lush Me, thanking her and asking for a prosperous or successful year ahead. Flowers adorn homes and businesses. Some businessmen even decorate their cars with flowers and palm fronds, hoping that Lush Me will help their engines run well for the coming year. Diwali is a time of new beginnings, much like New Year's celebrations in other parts of the world. Okay, boys and girls, what is Lush Me the goddess of? If you said Lush Me is the goddess of prosperity, which means success or having good fortune, pat yourself on the back. Diwali is celebrated differently in different parts of India. Customs or habitual practices vary, but nearly everywhere people delight in spending these 5 days with family and friends. They send cards to relatives and give gifts to one another. They buy new clothes for Diwali festivals. Some of these customs include playing games, singing songs, saying special prayers, and gathering to share big meals. Dried fruits, nuts, and lots of sweets fill their homes. Firecrackers split the air on most nights, lighting up the sky even more during this magical festival of lights. Wow, we've learned so much about Diwali. I'm going to ask you some questions, boys and girls, just to review what we have covered today. First question, what does the word Diwali mean? Ms. Amber?
Diwali is a festival of lights.
Absolutely correct. Now, who celebrates this holiday? Boys and girls, if you said that Hindus and other Indian people around the world celebrate the holiday of Diwali, you are correct. Next question. What do people do during Diwali? Miss Amber, do you remember some things people do?
Yeah, during Diwali they light lamps, candles, they display electric lights, they spend time with their family and friends, they send cards to relatives, and they give gifts to one another.
Awesome. All of those things are what they do to celebrate Diwali. Here's the last one. With what do Hindus decorate their homes and cars to honor Lush Me and ask for prosperity? I heard you say it. Flowers and palm fronds or leaves. All right, awesome job, boys and girls.
Miss Keon, looking back at our holiday graphic organizer from earlier, I learned that Diwali actually has a lot in common with these other holidays we've already discussed. In the story, it talked about Diwali and how they gather together to eat big meals. They talked about eating nuts, dried fruits, and lots of sweets. Could we add Diwali to our foods bubble?
You're right, Miss Amber. I see another place where we can add Diwali as well. We can also add Diwali to fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
In the story, it said that during Diwali, people gather to eat big meals, and they talked about eating nuts and dried foods. And we have added Diwali also to the food and fireworks. And it said also that on most nights, people light fireworks, and we have added that to the fireworks bubble. Boys and girls, think about the story. Which other bubble could we add Diwali to? Did you say lights? You're right. What did we learn about Diwali and lights? That's right. We learned that for 5 days, people celebrate the goodness in one another by lighting lamps and candles to illuminate windows and doorways.
Thank you so much, Ms. Keon, for teaching us about Diwali, and thank you, boys and girls, for joining and participating with us today. All rights and credits to this lesson belong to Core Knowledge Language Arts, and we would like to thank them for publicly sharing these materials. The views and opinions expressed in this lesson are those of the Core Knowledge authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Mississippi Department of Education. If you would like to read more about today's learning, here are titles you can find online or at your local library. Ask a grown-up to help you pick a book to continue learning. We can't wait to see you again in another lesson, and we hope you will join us again on The Curious Adventurers. Bye.
Bye.